Higgins quit because he was a bit crazy. You're not a bit crazy, are you? These paintings, they're just paper and pigment, nothing else. See you in the morning. Sorry, I forgot to mention. If anyone does try to break in, then don't try and be a hero. Just call the police and run. Okay? Stay safe.
Welcome to Murnhaven's Unsolved Mysteries. Tonight, we'll be trying to solve the murder of Murnhaven's most famous artist, Mordecai Gray, brutally murdered in his loft last year. On the night of All Hallows Eve, Gray had been painting 6 portraitures at the time. They were all suspects according to Justice Hoon, but Hoon was unable to convict any of them. Could there still be a killer on the loose? Was it Dominic Serrell, the lush burlesque dancer? Or Otto Pipistrel, our now famously cancelled ventriloquist? Or perhaps Lilith Rendell, the island's only undertaker? Gray was also painting Sunday Finch, our twinless tennis star, Xavier Hahn, the reclusive clockmaker, and finally, Vice Justice Catherine Myers. Perhaps Justice Hoon was covering up for his understudy. We have all the juicy details coming up, but before we discuss those murderous muses, let's delve into the mind of a killer by retracing their footsteps on that fateful day.
No one knows who she is, but rumors abound. Mordecai's first love, his first wife, an ancestor. But why all the blood? Endearingly nicknamed the Mordecai Lisa. This was the last painting from Gray's dream period, and the last piece he worked on before the 6 portraits that preceded his death. Doorways are said to represent passages and the transition from one life to the next. Notably, Gray was recorded saying that he'd passed through a gateway through which he could not return. Merlehaven's picture postcard lighthouse was built soon after sailors arrived on the island and was tended by lighthouse keeper Leon Knoll for an incredible 53 years. After Leon's retirement in 2010, the lighthouse stopped working, and any attempts to fix it have been in vain. Originally an unorganized burial ground for the first settlers, the plot was turned into the largest solitary graveyard on the island, with thousands of headstones honoring the dead. Only Merlehaven residents with pre-booked plots can be buried here now. Better known as her alter ego, Miss Moonstruck, talented dancer as the last remaining funeral director on the island, Lilith Rendell ferries Otto and Pip are Merlehaven's most famous comedy duo, having secured Best Comedic Performance for 3 years running at the prestigious carbon-neutral cremations and burials. Pip also has his own solo career, which includes a best-selling children's Professor Catherine Myers is Merlehaven's current Vice Justice, serving under Justice Hoon, and is directly responsible for maintaining Sunday and Monday, Merlehaven's most remarkable twins. Perfectionist surgeon turned clockmaker Xavier daughters of geneticists Welcome to Gallery Argenta. I'm Jamie, your jovial art museum information educator. Push my buttons and see how I respond. The Henge is a rock formation that was allegedly home to the last ill-fated great auk before being consumed by the founding fissures. The distance and angle of each stone also correlates with the Fibonacci sequence, which spiritual people believe affords it a great focus of power. Merlehaven Island was discovered in 1953 by crab fishermen who'd sailed too far out of the wash. The island was populated by many great auk, even though they had been declared extinct over 100 years before. These penguin-like creatures are still celebrated in Merlehaven's annual Auk Festival. The Tornado del Luna is Gray's depiction of a freak tornado that occurred in 1969, just after Apollo 11 touched down on the moon. The more superstitious inhabitants of Merlehaven thought it was a sign from Mother Earth that man should not be permitted to destroy the moon as it had her. Merlehaven is still a major fishing venue, and its shores offer plentiful supplies, enough to keep the whole island fed for years. The docks pictured here are built on the very same site the original settlers landed. During an excavation of the henge in 2011, a hive of secret passageways and rooms was found running all the way to the Aurora Woods and beyond. This giant crystal ball is one of the few artifacts recovered during the dig, and due to the enter. Don't try to see anything in it. That would be illegal. Originally an unorganized burial ground for the first settlers, the plot was turned into the largest solitary graveyard on the island, with thousands of headstones honoring the dead. Revenge of the Lake Woman is another work from Gray's
Abernathy's
dream
Bluff
period,
is the most
depicting a woman
inhospitable
rising
rock
from the
face on
lake
the
in
island,
Aurora Woods.
luring countless mountaineers.
Some people speculate it's semi-autobiographical, as Gray's mother. During the freak fish storm of 1976, the first mayor... Originally an unorganized burial ground for the first settlers, the plot was turned into the largest solitary graveyard on the island, with thousands of headstones honoring the dead. Only Merlehaven residents... Originally an unorganized burial ground for the first settlers, the plot was turned into the largest solitary graveyard on the island, with thousands of headstones honoring the dead. Only Merlehaven residents with pre-booked plots can be buried here now. loop depicts the main road encircling Merle Haven that runs around the island and back again in the shape of a Mobius strip. Gray said that if you stand still for long enough on the loop, you'll meet everyone on the island. This was the last painting from Gray's dream period, and the last piece he worked on before the 6 portraits that preceded his death. Doorways are said to represent passages and the transition from one life to the next. Notably, Gray was recorded saying that he'd passed through a gateway through which he could not return. Crystal balls were banned on Merle Haven in the mid-1970s, along with all paraphernalia of divination, and now only appear in painted form or behind secure enclosures.
Wake up. Wake up. Oh, wake up.